Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Well, since I've got your attention already, I just wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind a bit in regards to platform fighters, really. And that is comparison of characters. And it's a pretty common thing. Like, if you try and get into a new game, people draw analogies. That's just human. But I think I've seen it a lot with platform fighters specifically. As we get more and more platform fighters on the market, like if you play X in this game, you should play Y in this game, because they've got similar sauce. But I feel like as time goes on, that's just less and less of the case. And the thing that really got me thinking about this was looking at Sheik in Melee and Ranno in Rivals 2, because these are two characters I've had a lot of attention on just for different reasons in the past couple months. Sheik because I've been thinking of just playing her more. When I started Melee, I really just picked Marth, and he's simple, and that worked out. But I did wonder more of like, does this playstyle work better for what I want to do, this Sheik lifestyle? So I've just been learning like the things about her inner workings, and see how that goes. Meanwhile, with Ranno, I've also been interested in playing the character because I do think he's just one of the good characters in the game. He's probably always going to be strong, but also because he is one of the more difficult matchups for my main Maple. So I've just been learning like how do I get around that. So in that process, I'm just playing the game, playing as that character more to understand what he wants to do. And so I've been learning these characters sort of at the same time. And you know, you'd think that with Ranno being pretty much just Sheik in frog form, like it's no secret that Ranno just takes Sheik's DNA and like turns it into his own thing. You'd think they'd like do the same type of thing, but they don't really. And it's really odd too, because I feel like that's the intuitive thing. They're the same guy, but they should do the same thing. If I'm good at Sheik in Melee, I should be good at Ranno in Rivals too, and it should just translate not 1-to-1, but like let's say like 90-to-1. And I feel like it's just wrong. The starting point that feels right for why it feels wrong is looking at someone that is actually like good at Sheik and Melee, being Plup. Plup is very good at Sheik, one of the few Sheik players to ever win a major, one of the best Sheik players of all time, and at the same time he's also incredible at Rivals of Aether too. But he does not play Ranno at all, at least as far as I'm aware. For the tournaments that he won, he played Maple, he played Arcane, and he played a bit of Olympia. But as sporadic as his appearances are, he just plays anyone, but I feel like he's never actually playing the character that is based off of his most successful character in all of the platform fighter verse. It's odd, but like, you know, you can also call that just a one-off case. But even if you go beyond Plup, you look at someone like Zane, who does not play a lot of Rivals, and you think immediately, oh, this guy's the best Marth of all time. He's won 1 million majors in a row with Marth or something like that. He should just play Clarin. You know, that's the tipper character, that's the sword character, that's their whole thing. They have the swords, they have the big dash dances, they have the big grabs and all that, and it's like blah blah blah. He doesn't play Clarin in Rivals, he plays Raster. And you might just go, huh? What? The bird? The sword guy plays the bird? But it makes sense, because if you look at how Zane plays Melee, it kind of lines up with how Raster wants to do his things. You got the... What was that word I just said? He's got what? Raster's got a big forward air, he's got some big combos, and you know Zane is a big combo guy. It kind of makes sense if you think about it. I don't think this comparison thing really works, and as we get more and more into different platform fighters, things just fall apart very easily. One of the things I've heard more recently, in regards to Slade, the newest Rivals 2 character, I've heard him be called like Link plus Hero plus Marth, which is it's something, because he technically has some parts of each of those characters in him, but at the same time that's not really an accurate way to describe what he's doing. I'm recording this before Slade even comes out, but I'm assuming that he does some stuff that those guys do, but he's his own thing at the end of the day. It doesn't really feel right to call him like a combination of those. Like maybe if you like the item play of Link and you like the dancing played specifically on Marth, and you like the sort of menuing stuff that Hero does, I mean, yeah, but just that cursory take on the character is like, oh yeah, he's just this combination of these three. That doesn't really feel like it's doing him justice as a unique design. I'm not even free of guilt from this. A couple months ago, I was playing NASB2, famous platform fighter, such an amazing video game, with one of my good friends, and it was the first time I played this game in a couple years, I think. Jesus. But I was just trying out new characters because I never really stuck to a main in that game. And so I was just going around like, okay, this guy does this guy does this. And eventually I got to Donatello. Within a couple seconds of just like pressing his buttons, I realized, oh, this guy has some glaringly similar moves to Cloud Strife from Super Smash Brothers. And I do like pressing the Cloud up air button. So you know what? I'm just gonna pick Donatello and press the Cloud buttons, press the big ass neutral air, press the big ass up air, do the cool slide down tilt. Ooh, look at that slide down tilt. And I just do that over and over again without really engaging with the unique things that the character has to offer, because Donatello does have some pretty cool stuff that I pressed the button once or twice and I was like, okay, cool. This doesn't do anything for me that Cloud does. So I'm just gonna keep playing my Cloud turtle character. And I didn't really engage with the game genuinely. I wasn't really trying to do slime cancel stuff. I wasn't really trying to like learn what the character does that's unique. I was just trying to do Cloud in a different game. And I feel like that's the sort of thing that we're getting at if these types of comparisons do keep happening, just like one-to-one-ing characters. And so back to the characters I actually wanted to make this video about. Sheik and Ranno, they do share a lot of the same moves, like at least visually. You have the down tilts, they look very, very similar. The big forward air, whoop-pow! You know, with Ranno, it's a kick. With Sheik, it's a hand swipe. But you know, they do the same thing functionally. They have the huge down air that helps them land a bit. And they have some similar attributes. They're very fast on the ground, slow in the air. Whole type of shit. But you look at them beyond that like very base level and they just don't share a lot of the same things. And I think it's really best to look at it through one move, being needles. So with Sheik needles in melee, these are incredibly important to her entire kit. Not even talking about like canceling needles, but just needles help her pressure in neutral, in advantage. They help her combo, edge guard, do pretty much everything that she needs on a game-to-game basis. It's integral to like know where you can needle, what you can do with needles, how you pressure right with needles in neutral. And if you don't do that properly with Sheik, you're just going to have a lot of trouble really doing anything on a game-to-game basis. Part of it is just that like needles, they travel across the screen, straight line, but pow. Very, very powerful option in all of your situations. You don't use needles right, you're not going to be winning games. Compared to say Ranno, his needles are very good. I would definitely be lying if I said like you can just win without using needles. They do provide a similar sort of niche to actually force other players to engage with your character, but at the same time they're not really that powerful on their own. They work well in conjunction with other characters. They work well in conjunction with his main mechanic, which is the poison stacks. But needles on their own, they're not as defining for Sheik. They're not as defining as... I lost my train of thought for a second. They're not as defining for Ranno as they are for Sheik. Sheik just needs them to function in so many scenarios. And Ranno, you know, he uses the needle cancels a lot for his movement. He has a lot of good stuff with needles. Like he can needle boost much better than Sheik. I didn't even know needle boosting was a thing in melee just because it's not that like common, but he needle boosts a lot more, and that's something that's he does with needles. They're just very different tools used in very different ways, but they're both very important to the character's kit. Post-recording bit, because I don't think I really got everything I wanted to say about needles out correctly, but the main thing that really separates them is the fact that they're in different games. If you needle a guy off stage with Sheik, like a fast faller, Falcon, even a Marth, they're probably just gonna die if you get like one good read on their next recovery sequence. And that's like part of what makes needle so strong. And you can set up the same situations with Ranno pretty easily, but the way the games function, characters can just go to wall and ignore you completely in Rivals too, versus in Melee you can't really do that, you're just gonna die. So I think that's a very important distinction to make when you're looking at these two characters. And even though they have the same tools, they edgeguard using them, you know, things different quite a lot. And it's not just recovery, it's like the entire video game. That's the point, they're different games. So when I say that they're different, they are different, trust. And so what I'm saying is, what's the famous quote? Comparison is the thief of joy, some shit like that. Yeah, if you try and compare these characters, you do just lose the plot very quickly, is what I'm trying to get at. These are very different games, and this doesn't just apply to like Melee and Rivals. This kind of applies to like every single platform fighter. As we're getting like a more and more diverse market, there's just more games to play, and people are going to try more stuff that they haven't really gone into. I think it's important to like really analyze what you as a player on a personal level actually enjoy about a character in order to make make a decision about who you actually want to play in other games, rather than look at this character can do this in this game and has this type of look. I've seen people compare like Ranno to Greninja, which is that's not really a thing at all. Like, I don't think they share a single thing outside of the fact that they're both frogs, which have some basis in the water element. You have to take much more than like what they are at their base. Even a character like Ranno has different things from Sheik, even though they share so much of the same blood. And so that's what I wanted to say. I think be mindful, be woke, stay woke. Yeah, have fun, and just have fun with video games too. I don't actually know how I want to end this, but yeah, have a good day.